Hey, and welcome back to Toby's Real Life Skills with Toby. That's me, by the way. In today's video we want to talk about, can we make Victron VenusOS work on one of those Libre computers AML S905XCC? Can we make it work or not? Let's start it. So the reason why I want to do that is pretty simple. Raspberry Pis, looking at a 4 at the moment, looking at any of those, $170 and even more. And I'm not even talking about any housing, I'm not talking about any other components with it. That's what it is. And one of those little friends is only $35, which is a fraction. In the description, I found it on Amazon, by the way, link in the description below. But in the description of this unit, of this one item, it's similar to the Raspberry Pi4. It really looks like the Raspberry Pi, which I'm having. Here's a screenshot or the website of LibreOffice. And you can see it, the AML S905XCC, they call it a potato. And, you know, we'll just give it a try. We'll do a two-step installation. We'll download the Raspbian operating system, which is Bullseye or something, Bullseye 11 I think. Raspbian 11 Bullseye, that's what it's called I think. We'll download the native one, which is also from LibreOffice, I guess, adjusted for this specific computer board. That's the first step, and see if it works. That's why I have the setup here. So that's why we have, so here you can see my finger. We have the board here. We have connected HDMI cable, as you can see here, going over here. And right now there's no signal, it's off. And the power to this display is pulled by a USB, a micro USB, but a different source. And we have only connected here a keyboard in case it works. So first step, the native in quotes Raspbian image adjusted to this board. We'll install it, see if it works and how it works, what are the outcome on the board, and especially is there any movement on the display. First test. Second one will be we'll use a Victron VenusOS image, the latest possible, to flash on this device. Well, flashing is the wrong word, but we'll using this adapter, this here. We'll use the adapter, and in here, of course, there is the micro SD card in it. So we'll flash the same one. And guys, I purposely got a brand new one, Extreme Pro SanDisk. So this is the packaging. I just unwrapped it. We'll use that one, so there's no doubt I'm using a fast enough card. Very important. So, what do you do first? Looking on my computer really quick. So I did find some instructions. Raspberry 11 Bullseye for Libre Computer Boards. I'll link also the. I'll put this link in the description below so you can find it. We need two things for installing an image. That's what I describe. We can use a bit accurate flashing tool or a Raspberry Pi imager. And I decided to go with the, I have to open it somewhere, Raspberry Pi imager. That's the one, version 1.74. We'll also put it, I mean, you can just click on it and download it actually. That's one thing we need. The second will be, we need to follow the distro server, because that's where the image is located. And as mentioned, we do have the AML S905XCC. We should use that specific image, they said. Now a ring should bell. A bell should ring. There we go. A bell should ring already, because when it's very specific, that means they have maybe some drivers adjusted or anything like that. So we'll still give it a try. I downloaded it already. Just wanted to speed things up. SD card, I'm plugging it in. Very important first. Then, oh, there was operating system. Scrolling down all the way. I'm sorry about the English-German confusion here. It says own image. I'm clicking on this one since I downloaded it already. Here's the image: Raspberry Pi, Bullseye, AML S905XCC. I did extract it using the image file. It's selected. SD card, we'll select the one which is in here, J, that's correct. And the last button, it says write. So on the right side, write it to the card. So that's what we're doing now. And yeah, That's the writing. It detects that something's changing. That's good. In the meantime, I'm drinking coffee. Believe it or not, the file seems to be 1.5 gigabyte. I think extracted was about 2 gigabytes, so it takes a couple minutes to write it on it. Almost done, my friends. There we are, finalizing. Here it is. I can eject the card. Oh, we'll do that now. Taking the card out. Taking the microSD card. And now I'm plugging it into the board. Connecting micro USB for power. Whoop. And here are, we have a red, green and blue light. I hope you can see it, and oh, something's happening on the screen. Oh yeah, the Libre sign is here as well. So there is something happening. That is already a good sign. Perfect. There's a bootloader. It's doing stuff. Great. We'll let it boot up. But in the meantime, because I don't have to continue at all, it proves basically the point it does work. The image from Raspbian and also the hardware works. Very important. You never know those days. What do we do now? We will go on our Venus or Victron VenusOS image download page. Link will also be in the description below, just to make it easy for you. There's a bunch of stuff. Raspberry Pi. I purposely picked the Raspberry Pi2 images. Somewhere was written, first off it says it's similar to the Raspberry Pi3, the Libre computer. First one. Second one, Victron VenusOS, as much as I read, for Raspberry Pi 2 works also on Raspberry Pi 3. Right? So if that is totally wrong, let me know in the comment section. We do want to try the latest possible image, which means it's a 2.94. As much as I remember, it looks good, yes. So also, I did prepare something already, as you can see. Download a bunch of files already. So did download version 4 for Raspberry Pi 4 before, because I wasn't sure, oh, do I need it, do I not need it? So those 4 files we do not want to test, ideally. We want to test the versions for Raspberry Pi 2, but there's a large file and a normal file. We want to use the normal file. The large file includes those new features, which I haven't even touched yet, so I don't want to deal with that at all. But I want to see if it works on our Libre board. So that's the one thing. I did also download, let's make it a little cleaner here really quick. I also downloaded a file which has the ending SWU. So you can see here's it. So down here and up there. Those 2 files, SWU and WIC. Yeah, they should be in version 2.94, so the latest possible. 2 different file types, 2 different sizes as well, which is interesting, but it is what it is. And then we have another version, but there was only a 2.66 version, SDIMG. Just wanted to see which version we might want to try. So this time we'll go back, select. Oh shit. So we'll go back, own image. So we'll go back, own image. And when I want to select something, I just see the GZ files. Okay, which says it's possible. Cool. If that's what they offer, we'll just go with it and test it. I would say Raspberry Venus image, Raspberry Pi 2. I'm using it, selecting the SD card, which is still plugged in. By the way, everything looks good, so I'll unplug the microSD. That's good. Taking it out, putting it back in the adapter. Plug in the computer. Right, there it is already popping up. SD card, selecting it, and right. There we go. Alright, and it's done again. Checking it, taking it, plugging it into the board. Powering it up. Let's see. So here we can see a red light and a blue light so far. All right. Red and blue. No movement on the screen. No movement on the screen. Nothing's happening. It's not good. I'll unplug it again. Plug it back in. Power source. Blue and red, nothing yet. You've seen it? No movement. I let it sit for another 5 minutes. It's still red and blue, nothing changed. So I'm unplugging this, taking microSD card out again, putting it back in to my computer. Let's see, I do want to try this time. So selecting images. I did select a GZ file, right? So this time I'll select all file types and I want to go with GZ here to WIC, and that's, I don't want to say any bullshit, but yeah. So when I open this file, subscribe, sure. Yes, that's nothing I want to do. So look at these files, select this one, GC, and then I can see the 2.94 WIC. That's the file which is packaged in here. So it's already extracted, and I select all files, select this one, WIC. Select SD card, select SD card, write to the SD card, fast forward, verifying. Sorry, it's also in German. There's a mix in this Raspberry Pi image. There's a mix between German and English. It is very interesting, but I can understand it. Your computer might be English completely, or language or whatever, and in your language it works better, but hey, whatever. I hope you can see it and I explained it enough to you. So, code is written. I can check that. That's what I'm doing. Here it is. Pulling it out. Plugging it into the Libre board again. Oh man, I hope that works this time. Powering it up. Here we have the red and the blue light so far. No movement. Oh man. No movement on the display, no movement on the board itself. Okay. I think it's not worth it to wait longer. Unplugging it, take the card out. I want to do one last try, and want to try this time the Raspberry Pi4 image, just to double check. So that means this time selecting on image, and we'll use Raspberry Pi4. I'm used to GZ files, since that's what they recommend as a file type. Do it. SD card. Selecting right on it, yes. This time fast forward. It's done. Take the card out. Do the same spiel again. At least I tried to. Take the microSD. And then plugging it in. And firing it up. Ding. Here you can see red and blue. Still red and blue. Okay. All right. That's a bummer. So I was playing around with it a couple times already. I was playing around even with more images. I just want to show you and point, having a trial and error. So I'm wondering, maybe that's a question to everyone out there, every viewer, every subscriber. Maybe you have an idea. Maybe you know, oh, you have to copy those files, those drivers, or whatever, onto your board. Or maybe you have, instead of the Venus image, maybe you have some kind of application, some package or whatever I have to throw on to the image, which is manipulated, adjusted from for LibPotato, from LibreOffice, from Libre. Maybe you have some ideas. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you've done something similar. I would like to give it a try, since these boards are way cheaper. Some of them even more powerful. So maybe you have some good ideas. Maybe you have some recommendations I can do and try next time. Leave them please in the comment section. I also tried to Google a little bit. I didn't find a lot, but I didn't do it intensely. So that's all for this video. I hope it gave you some insight of can we use a different board than Raspberry Pis. So far, my experience with this one, no, but I will give it a try with another board pretty soon as well. I saw another similar one at this point. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Cheers!